Alright, so I'm back for another Destiny 2 video. Got a TWAB today. Don't really know what's going to be in it. They said something about going through feedback about things. Have to believe that's Iron Banner Rift feedback. And we'll see what they actually bring up and what fixes might be coming. As you might know, Iron Banner is almost bugged to the point of you may not even want to play it right now because of the reputation gain thing, so we'll see what comes up here. This week at Bungie, we dove deep into feedback about all the exciting things that have been happening in the game as we continue to conquer the nightmares that Callus and his army have to throw at us. We've got some next steps to share about Solar 3.0, an updated known issues list for players to track with so many new things being introduced, and a special tribute to our community that we think you'll find welcome. The last week has been filled with dangers looking at every corner, whether it's confronting our fears in the newest duality dungeon. Are those Callus's fears? I think they're Callus's fears. We're getting a little spicy with the recent Solar 3.0 update. There's a healthy dose of newness for Guardians to take on. But before we dive into what's next for Solar, let's talk about Iron Banner and Rift's launch. Iron Banner's Rift is making waves. Yes, it is. I think everyone's overreacting to it, minus the bugs, but we'll see. Rift is back, but it's not the same Rift Destiny 1 players will remember. With the launch of the new map, the returning yet revamped Rift mode for Iron Banner, and some known issues that we have been investigating, we want to take a moment to provide some clarity on what Rift is, but also providing an update on where the team is at in terms of bugs. What's the objective? A few TWABs ago, Bungie's principal designer Alan Blaine sat down to talk about a lot of the changes you've now had a chance to see in Iron Banner. He also spoke about different visions for PvP going forward and where the new map fits into the bigger picture. Much of the changes centered around a common feedback item we get in the PvP community, especially with modes and control. Where is the teamwork? Season 17's launch of Rift bears that question at its core, so the dev team made a few alterations to make it more objective-friendly, experience that aims to feel rewarding and fresh. With that in mind, what is Rift? This is, okay, we already know what Rift is. I'm not going to read all this. This is from the, I think they're re-explaining it so you understand how to play it, so maybe you'll have more fun if you understand it. There are no points for kills, just for spark dunks, so playing the objective is key. This is bold. I actually like the fact that they haven't put a scoreboard in. I think that is good. I can see a lot of people just farming up a KDA if they did have a scoreboard in there, and that would really discourage objective play. So no, you don't get to show off unless you have dunked the ball a bunch of times or picked it up a bunch of times. I think that's a good decision. And then we will see, I don't know, what feedback they're talking about in terms of what they're fixing. These are the reputation challenges, except the problem is that a lot of this is bugged. We will see if that's addressed. Okay, daily challenges, this seems new. We've seen some confusion over the daily challenges that can be found when hovering over the Iron Banner node, so we wanted to resurface what was previously shared about this mechanic for anyone that might have missed it. As noted in the previous TWAB, for the first 4 days of each Iron Banner each week, Guardians will unlock a new daily challenge, one for each day. They're called weekly challenges, though, in the game, so that's why it's confusing. These challenges unlock each day whether you complete them or not, so if you log in on Friday, you can do them all in succession if you want to. Rewards will also stack reputation bonuses to the remainder of the week alongside a Pinnacle Iron Engram. The weekly bounties that typically award Pinnacles have been depreciated to balance out this change to Iron Banner. These work similarly to weekly challenges and can be found in the node for Iron Rift. Okay, but but this is the problem. Like, everyone did too many challenges, and now their things are bugged. So that's a big issue. Hopefully this is brought up. Okay, at the end of the day, we're going to be keeping an eye on feedback. It's an odd spot to be in where you can see the community and its polarity in its entirety. There's so many opposing viewpoints and wants, and sometimes those can contradict each other in a way that can be a confounding puzzle. A fun puzzle, absolutely, but tricky. One small move can make or break an experience, but we will never stop listening and expanding the Destiny 2 experience. Okay. Before diving into what's next for Solar, we just wanted to say thank you for everyone that shared their feedback, their joy, and their desires with us as we evolve this spacefaring experience. Right now, the team is hard at work investigating known issues such as the sparks sometimes disappearing, progress trackers for the new title, and that pesky loop trap that some are encountering when taking on an enemy team. When we dig into these reported instances, we wanted to give a heads up on what's happening behind the scenes and drop the Bungie help resource for updates going forward. Okay, they really, really got to talk about the reputation bug. That's like the number one thing I think that's wrong with it, because if you I think there's a couple. So I think there's one where if you overstack armor, it doesn't count for a challenge. But if you overdo challenges, as in you do more than 4 challenges in a week across any amount of characters and get to 5/4 or 6/4, it drops your rep from like 200 to like 60 a game. And no one's going to be able to do their resets if you do that. So like that is definitely the main issue with rep gains, and like that's not mentioned in here. That's not good. Okay, they really. We'll see if they have any updates on Twitter or anything, but I think that's a pretty fundamental thing that's going on right now. So like it's really weird to just re-explain the reputation changes and then not have anything about that. There's a reported issue with certain emblems, like the Iron Burden emblem, but they don't talk about the rep issues. Okay, whatever. I'll move on. Operation Muy Caliente. The Sandbox team has been monitoring feedback since the launch of Solar 3.0 closely, and with that feedback comes a few new updates to share with y'all. To help Solar 3.0 live its best life, here are some of the tweaks we have on the horizon from Sandbox Discipline lead Kevin. He told me I was pronouncing this wrong last time. Yanez? I think it's Yanez, not Yanes, like I always say. Kevin, you could tell me if I'm pronouncing that wrong again if you watch this. Kevin. Hey folks, as you're all aware, we launched Solar 3.0, the latest of our Subclass 3.0 updates. As with any launch, we've been watching and reading reactions to the feature, and it has become clear that we need to circle around the campfire to share a bit about our plans. So I'd like to get together and talk about our intentions, our next steps, and some expectation setting for the rest of the seasons this year. First, I want to reiterate some of the goals we laid out for 3.0s. Starting with the Void 3.0 update that went live when we announced the Witch Queen, we are taking the subclasses you know and love and remixing them. That means adding new abilities and mechanics, ditching some old ones where it makes sense to do so, and spreading out existing ones to create enticing new combinations. A common feedback thread is some frustration around losing elements like Heart of the Pack or nerfs to things like Sunspots or Benevolent Dawn. We know that losing things can feel unsatisfying or painful at first blush, but part of our 3.0ification of these classes is also a rebalancing of some of these atoms. Those passive or self-looping ability regen abilities silently power crept over the years to levels that made them too dominant in many activities. With their focus on build crafting, we don't want to have one singular perk complete large parts of your kit by itself. I understand that. I think that's reasonable. As we continue the process of moving the light subclasses into the 3.0 system, you'll see us continue to rebalance gameplay atoms in this gameplay atoms, that's a good term, in this manner with the goal that the new combinations and possibly space they open up will offset the loss of any one perk. Initial reaction to Solar have not met our new thing that melts your face off bar, and we believe that's due in part to a few things. Ember of Benevolence shipped in an inconsistent state that left healers feeling underwhelmed with their kit when it didn't behave as expected. Warlocks who wanted to specialize in healing had limited ways to interface with that fantasy, with 2 of their 3 aspects focused on aerial mobility or scorching. And losing the flexibility of choosing to use their grenade to heal allies or damage enemies on the fly. Also, yes. Titans, while bombastic and potent, lacked ways to keep their engine running without needing to run Throwing Hammer or burning multiple cooldowns. Yeah, that's true. As we said in the past through TWAB socials and other dev updates, we'd rather ship something a little too spicy than something bland that makes a bad first impression. I think with Solar 3.0 we landed somewhere in the middle, and the team feels very passionately that this is the wrong place to be. Oh, guys, I feel bad. To that end, the team has pulled some heroics and shifted resources to make some buffs to Heat Rises, Icarus Dash, Celestial Fire, Burning Malt, Roaring Flames, and Consecration, as well as bug fixes for Ember of Benevolence, and a few of our damage over time Linger Grenades. These changes will go live next week with hotfix 4.1.0.2. Wow, okay, that's good. Heat Rises. Added behavior. Consuming your grenade also releases a burst of Cure X2 around you, healing you and nearby allies. Consuming a healing grenade increases the strength of the burst to Cure X3, and consuming a Touch of Flame healing grenade provides restoration as an additional benefit. That's cool. I like that. Icarus Dash, add a behavior while airborne, rapidly defeating targets with your super or any weapon cures you. So that, remember, cures is heal. We have a new word for heal. That's heal. Celestial Fire. Each Celestial Fire projectile now applies 10 Scorch stacks. This is increased to 15 stacks with Ember of Ashes equipped. So yes, before Celestial Fire literally did nothing. It didn't apply anything. It was just like a move, but now it at least scorches enemies. Solar Titan Burning Maul, PvE damage buff by 25%. Well, I guess that was very underpowered, so alright, well, I'll try that out now. Roaring Flames, add a behavior. While Roaring Flames is active, your uncharged melee attack now deals solar damage and applies 30 Scorch stacks to targets per hit. This is increased to 40 stacks with Ember of Ashes equipped. Okay. I like it. That's cool. Consecration, fragment slots increase from 1 to 2. Raise the height of the secondary attack's ground wave by 25% to more easily catch players who jump too late. That's good. Still probably not going to use it, but I don't like sliding melees. I don't like it. That's no small list of changes. The team takes feedback very seriously. We're playing ourselves, so when things don't land, we also feel that internally. To say it out loud, a hotfix of this magnitude comes at the cost of other changes. So to set expectations here, the team is unlikely to take another balance pass until much later this season. It's important to our team that on top of doing amazing new things, we maintain a healthy work-life balance, and this patch necessitates some breathing room. Sure, that's fine. I mean, I wouldn't really expect another balance patch after this for a while anyway. On that note, what's next for abilities? Well, Arc 3.0 is cooking up nicely. Nice! Arc 3.0 confirmed. You heard it here from Kevin Yanez. And we'll have more to talk about their future update. Yes, I know it's the only one left. I'm kidding. But just to reiterate points the team has made in the past about the next subclass update, after Arc 3.0, you should expect the abilities team to go dark for a little while. Since shipping Stasis with Beyond Light, the team has made huge abilities changes season over season. Over the last year, we've been back-to-back shipping new aspects for Stasis, adding the variable ability cooldown system, creating the 3 subclass 3.0 experiences. It's been busy. We hope the changes you read today reinforce our commitment to being responsive to feedback and candid in our communication. We'll be there right alongside you on the derelict Leviathan, snapping, slamming, and flipping our way to victory. So he confirmed on Twitter that they're not doing a 4th aspect for the 3.0 subclasses. At least not this year, I wouldn't think. Everyone is still theorizing that we will get a 5th Darkness subclass with Lightfall, which is 2.5 seasons away. We don't know if all the seasons are going to be 3 months long, but that obviously seems like the next kind of major project for the Sandbox team. I mean, it's not a guarantee. Like, everyone has been kind of assuming we'd get one, but everyone kind of also assumed it would come here with Witch Queen, and that didn't happen, and they did 3.0 instead. So who knows, but that is the kind of theory we're working with right now. Prime Gaming, new things. I forgot Polar Lance existed. This is the Amaze rap video, which is great, that I posted earlier. Really cool animation. It makes me think they're doing a Destiny animated series. We will see if that pans out. Player support report. Telesto status calamitous. Oh boy. Okay. Iron Banner challenges. We've seen some confusion regarding Iron Banner's daily challenges. When hovering over the Iron Banner node, players can see the weekly challenge, 1 of 4. 1 weekly challenge is unlocked daily. The challenges will stack, so players can complete one day or all 4 when Friday comes around. Each challenge will grant players pinnacle gear. Not the main issue with challenges, guys. I feel like this was written like before the rep bug was discovered, because that's... I don't know how many times I can say it. That's the most important issue right now. Okay, Cloak of Bacchus doesn't flow like normal cloaks, isn't extremely rigid. True, but it's awesome. The top part of Mark of the Falling Star ornament disappears if the player's helmet display is turned off. Weird. Killing Fickrell too quickly can trap players in the gauntlets. Haven't had that. Player's Lance, once again, is not progressing with perfect 5th burn kills. Reports of players who can't unlock Void and Arc. Conscripted weapon ornament for Traveler's Chosen can't be equipped. Some Artifice armor from Grasp have lost their mod slots. The Anarchy loses its 2x damage against enemies after a character dies or picks up a relic. Tethers from Hunter Supers can cause severe frame rate drops. Vortex grenades are doing less damage as intended. So I thought those just got heavy nerfed, but I guess that is a bug, because the ticks do like nothing now. Some players who die in the final boss encounters of Duality get stuck outside the area. Some Iron Banner emblems don't count toward the Iron Banner boost. Spark during Rift matches can sometimes be lost in certain scenarios. Players will sometimes spawn repeatedly between rounds during Iron Banner matches. That's actually the only bug I've gotten. I've never gotten a disappearing Spark or disappearing Rift. Some players are not getting credit for the Jorum's Howl Triumph, the Iron Banner Seal, or Forging Iron quest steps based on our investigation. We believe this is for 2 reasons. Players have equipped more than 5 armor pieces total. This is when you wear an Iron Banner armor piece while having an Iron Banner ornament. Our system has detected your character has gone AFK, meaning that our system thinks your character isn't participating, resulting in progress not being counted for triumphs and bounties. I've heard some people just having that happen naturally to them because Rift can be so slow with all the resets. Some players aren't gaining progress for various Crucible, Iron Banner, triumphs, or bounties. Our system hasn't detected your character has gone AFK. Same thing. Okay. Tooltip doesn't appear on consecutive items when dismantling them one by one. Okay. Nope, didn't get the rep issue and the whole known issues list. Not great. All right, movie of the week. Make sure I didn't accidentally win movie of the week this time, like I skipped it last time. Well, it wasn't me. It was the emote person, Parrot. I missed that totally in my last video. Growing arrows. Well, these are cool. And yeah, I saw these, the Arc Solar Void Exploding Thralls. That's nightmare material. You can buy a Celestial Hawk thing. There's a Pride pin. That's very, I like the Spectrum banner there. There's a GCX marathon coming up. As I said this on Twitter, I cannot go to GCX, have a baby. I just can't go on a trip right now. You would understand that, right? So I hope to go next year, but I hope you guys have fun if you go. Yeah, and we have more on the way. Seasonal Haunting continues its trek into the depths of the human psyche, and we hope you enjoyed the rest of the ride because, well, it's definitely a ride. There's more to come. In the meantime, this is a usual hippie reminder to drink your water, take your vitamins, and be kind to yourself and those around you, including her, because people are harassing her about Rift, which is very annoying. That's what Guardians do. I should go hippie. Okay, so I like those solar changes. I think those are good and being done very quickly, which is a good thing, and I think that was a solid thing to prioritize. I don't know if that like totally fixes the Warlock healing things, but it's pretty good. I still don't think making a healing grenade a whole separate thing was like ideal, but whatever. Really, really surprised they did not mention the Iron Banner rep issue or even like warn people about it, because that's outside of just the disappearing thing bugs, that's like definitely the thing that's most wrong with Iron Banner right now, because literally if you just play too much and go for your pinnacles, you will probably end up going over the challenge limit. I think it won't if you stay just on one character, but I've heard of people staying on one character and still going over it somehow, or still getting reduced rep. So it might be even more complicated than just doing extra challenges, but just don't go over 4 challenges. We will see if they say anything else on Twitter about it. I'm probably going to complain about it and see if they respond to me. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'm going to go play Diablo Immortal. Take care.